Well, President Donald Trump delivering a primetime address last night, defending his record on the economy, immigration, and crime. He also unveiled new policy proposals aimed at energizing voters. But with approval ratings slipping and midterms looming, the political stakes are rising. And Scripps News Group's Joe St. George explains.
President Donald Trump with a rare primetime address to the nation Wednesday night. He blamed Democrats for many things that he believes is wrong with the country, and he took credit for improving things related to immigration and crime. What's next for the president? The harsh political reality of 2026.
Our country is back, stronger than ever before.
President Donald Trump with a rare primetime address from the White House Wednesday. He defended his administration's tariff policy, claimed that the U.S. is the, quote, hottest country in the world, and vowed that it will only get better once his new tax changes, like no taxes on tips, are taken advantage of by Americans when they soon file taxes.
I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you.
The biggest new policy announcement, a new warrior dividend for members of the military. Checks worth $1,776 are already being cut, according to the president.
In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that.
But the political reality for President Trump right now is that his approval ratings are down compared to where they were at the beginning of the year. Unemployment has ticked up, and polls show more Americans growing frustrated with his handling of the economy. The president is expected to increase his in-person rallies in an effort to better deliver his economic message. On Friday, he will travel to North Carolina, a state that could very well decide control of the Senate in next year's midterms. Historically, in the modern political era, midterm elections have been very difficult for the party currently controlling the White House. Republicans are optimistic, though, that as the economy stretches into 2026 and beyond, that Americans will gradually feel better. Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.
And President Trump touched on a lot of hot-button topics that matter to you, like housing, jobs, immigration, healthcare, and tariffs. I took the president's message to locals to get their thoughts on the president's address. What do you think about the job that President Trump has done?
I think he's doing a good job.
Yeah. What do you agree with him on?
Everything. Just about everything.
He says his tariffs are working, and in return, he's giving back to the U.S. service members. They're getting close to $1,800 a month now, he says, because of the tariffs. What do you think about that?
I think they should give them a lot more money than that.
So what did you think of the president's speech last night?
I think it was amazing. Yeah, I think he's doing very good for the country.
Well, I also spoke with another local woman who didn't want to be on camera, but she told me the only thing she agrees with Trump on is giving money to military members from the tariffs. And the president's speech comes as Americans remain divided over the state of the economy and the direction of the country, with many saying they're waiting to see whether promised reforms translate into real relief at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the cost of housing.